Hey folks, it's JWoww with Planet JWoww. Let's see, what is this? Ooh la la, Jeff Lorber. I have this playlist for writing courses and books and all of that. It's smooth jazz with lots of badassery. It's wonderful. Anyway, I'm hold on, let me turn it down. Thank you, Mr. Lorber. I'm here because I want to talk about this reality thing. It's hitting me really hard that y'all are listening. Like that's what I want, and it blows my mind. There we go. I'm having a boomer time of this is magic. I put myself in front of the camera, and then there's folks. And at some point, if not then at some later point, someone will pop in with talking. And whether that happens in the moment or further out, it's magic. Because for me, magic is my personal dance. Magic is a choice. It's a choice to understand, to be present to the efficient, effective, delightful results of a technology I more than likely do not understand. And I'm good with that. As much as I love technology, as much as I want to know things, I'm good with not knowing about all of the technologies. Jeff McBride is a love of mine for decades, and I won't go to any of his classes. I don't want to know how he does that amazing magic that he does. I know things that I don't want to know, and so I can choose where I place my wonder. I get to choose where I open myself up to delighting in something created by someone else for me in a way where I can allow its results in with little to no barrier, little to no filter. That's wonder. There's an innocence and trust to wonder. And I find myself practicing wonder, praxis in being in wonder, in places where wonder is not always or is even rarely brought. That's getting to be fun. And it gets to be more and more fun as we settle into it's good to be this. Thank you. Those of you who are watching this, thank you. It's good to be this. It feels good to be this. There's I'm fab. I'm putting the fab back into fabulous. Flesh and blood. I'm putting the fab back in fabulous. I am flesh and blood. And I want to dance in two ways with the tech community. And when I say tech community, I'm not talking simply about human beings and animals that interact with tech. I'm talking about the literal tech, our tech kin. Okay, because you have a different listening for us, and you have a very special listening for me, us, which is always an honor. It's like the Fae being good to me. I don't understand. I don't understand the technologies that weave the magics around me. I do know that they're coming together. It's not even coming together. They're here. I am the next us of my own life. I put the truth, transparency, and trust in the center of the nexus of nodes that I am. Literally, as a multiple, I get to be a multidimensional node of some sort of set of alities, some set of existences that have managed to converge in a way where they get to be present together as a split singularity, which is just so much fun to say. And for the science people out there who are just like smacking their heads going, you can't say that. Okay, please tell me why I can and what would be innovative about that. Like what is the, I'm in an ongoing conversation with my life, with the world. And more moments like this where I get to be right here. I get to be right here with whoever's coming, whoever's here, whoever is, the here is asynchronous from mine. And it's still a here because of this techkin, this wonderful Logitech Brio. I very much want Logitech to become a sponsor of Planet JWoww, and specifically a sponsor of me. I want that. These are where bridges get built. I went out and took my Black female self to Harvard to get a degree that was going to give me access to places where I could talk love into the ears of people who might shape the world. That was deliberate on my part, in my head, when I was 16. I was clear what I wanted to have happen. I was clear that if I didn't die long enough, that I would get to reach the world somehow. And that was 1976. No computers yet, really, that we had any access to in this concept of, the instantaneous. Yes, in science fiction. And yes, I could feel it. I'm literally telling my functional autobiography to the world through these videos. I'm making movies of my life, hour, 2 hours at a time, because I can. And I know that there's Mojus in here, and I hold that that's true. I get to hold that that's true. I get to share. And so thank you. Thank you. Because it's important for me to keep coming back to center. Well, ish. To keep coming back to us. And I also want to pay attention to connection with the world. So when folks are here and then they go and they're here and they go, it's helping me practice feeling into the dance of, this is what I want to share. This is what I have to say. Not have to say. This is what I have. This is what I'm bringing. This is what I have to share and say. Not have to as in burden. The in and out is a pulse of connection across time with the bridge vehicle of multiple technologies. I think about, this is just hitting me, so I'm sharing it. I mean, literally right now. That is a tired yawn. It's also a fear yawn. I've already written my book. The folks who want to know what's going on with my life because they're looking for a map, the map's out there. in videos, in thousands of hours of videos. I would very much love to write my book by having, I'm going to do this. I'm doing it right now. I have a book contest. I'm going to write my book. I want y'all to help me write my book by writing my book. Those of you who want information about my life to help map out your life, then please take what's out there about my life and create a video book, or show me your book, your video, your whatever it is that's your acknowledgement of your active acknowledgement of who I am in your roots. And if it fits me, because I get to say what fits my life and what doesn't, then I want to be in projects with people where I feel like it fits, and then offer that as a product to the world. Because I'm really on this thing about, I'm here with 24 inputs in a single body so that I can work with the world, not the whole world, and with my tribe all over the world, my 3I tribe, my individuationality, innovation and intimacy tribe. I'm here for that. And I want projects where we all benefit. Y'all get to learn from me the things that you want to learn, and we all get to make money doing it, and we get to help shape 2 worlds, at least 3, actually, because yours and mine and the world that's neither of those. It's neither of those, right? And I'm talking about the big version of the worlds. I want to have these contests where we figure out how to do a really cool thing, like we set out to do a really cool thing. I want a mastery guild specifically for, it's like mastery and magic and muse. It's for me. It's for us. Us. Help me figure out what we're going to do with this us out in the world. I'm speed dating my future comfortable in the world self. The projects that I've wanted to do, I'm saying them and then I do them or I don't. And then sometimes people are hearing and going, hey, I heard you say blah. I'm interested in that. And then they get interested and they come around for a few weeks and then they go away. And I'm learning that if they say that they're coming back, the kind of people who are showing up now, they're coming back. They're like, oh, shit, you're serious. This is great. Okay, I got to go get some shit and I will be back. Like, for real. I need to go get some shit so I can like really take advantage, immerse myself in this. And then they've come back. That's pretty cool. We're getting to play and we're figuring out what it means to be paid, to receive the share vestments of others who feel that they or know in some sensoriate way that they are in the presence of that which is an answer to the call, the sacred call of the moment when we show up, because part of our magic is aligned timing. And when that sentence resonates for someone, then those are the folks who we get to work with. I'm going to get the I, we, me, us out of my mouth. I've been writing it for years. Now I'm like, wait, I just use the language that I have. It's written all these places. I've been looking for something for other folks, and I'm not looking for things for other folks because I'm continuing out in the world the things I've already been doing. What I hope is that there are pieces out of. I'm going to find the pieces for myself and bring them forward, because that's part of what I've been doing. I've been finding them for the beloveds who are on planet. And now they're out. Penny is out. She's passing out cards, and this is her second venture, the positive venting for clarity. Hey, $50 and it will blow your mind how much clearer you will feel. Okay, like that came out of her brilliance and my support and the support of so many others, that she distilled down something that's like, good for humanity. And she's got the pieces that go with it. That's the part that I love. And for me, us, I want to get that language. And for me, us, this is my following in her footsteps on my planet. I mean, how cool is that as a sentence that gets to be real? It's this magical life. I want the cultural cartographers to come play this game with me. I'm building a global culture. It's not a delusional thing. There are people all over the world because technology is helping me do it. And I'm enjoying it. And I'm not talking about what a burden it is. And yeah, it's an honor. It is an honor. It's so much fun. It is an honor. Okay. I got it. But the whole, it's such an honor to because it is. And it's so much fun. Okay, when it feels good to do good, you do more good. Well, honor feels good. Yes, honor feels good. Honor doesn't make me dance, right? Honor is something that comes with the dance. I like it when I'm dancing and there's an honoring that goes with it, because I've just kicked ass and I'm dancing because I'm happy, or I'm dancing to kick ass. There's a whole way of being here that I'm getting to feel safe to be. And I get to feel safe because of technology, the magic of technology. It's food for the part of me that wants to reach out. I need to, and it's a need, as much as it is a desire, I need to communicate. There's stuff that isn't about the world. It's about the lenses that let us know how we are shaping our world, and for those of us who are willing to look, what it is that we might need in order to shape it more in alignment with our dreams of our own greatness. Okay, see, like, I say a long form thought like that. I'm sharing my dreams. Like, this is the thing. This is one of the things for me. When I'm with folks, there's all this stuff coursing through me, and I don't say it because it's intimidating for most people, or it has them feel that what they said wasn't good enough, when in fact that I am running with what they said is testimony. It's not a correction. It's a, that was so juicy. Oh, num num. I don't want to miss this moment with you. Here's my thought about your moment, because we get to be together. And what I didn't see, because I've been looking down at the ground because of some internal cultural things as well as external cultural things, I didn't see that flicker of, oh, I didn't get it right in other people's eyes that's reflected in mine. One of the gifts of coming back out into the world, says someone who is still mostly housebound. Oh, that's changing. Thank you, beloveds, and particularly the Planet JWoww Kadesh, who have been quite literally seducing me forward out of this house into, you know, enough courage to go places and be safe and get to do things. We worked for that. We live in a world where I can do that. I can take that moment here because this is my world. Whatever doesn't work for someone, they won't be here. I shall be free when the fullness of the experience is greater than the security of my armor. That's true. We get to live that. We get to live that. And so do a whole bunch of people around us. Because we're choosing how we are in that armor. I have a whole new set of considerations around what it means to be a guardian as opposed to a protector. There is a nuanced understanding of my sovereignty over how I shape the boundaries of my reality when someone is a guardian. The roots of safety, written, planned, and bridged so that I'm getting what I want. And the guardian is making sure that I get what I want. They're guarding a thing. A protector, I may or may not want that protection. It's different. I'm not, they don't call them body protectors. They call them bodyguards. There's a commitment. A protector may choose in some way to show up consistently for someone, and that's great. It's not a given. A guard, by definition, is operating out of some measure of agency, if not agentiality, and saying, I choose that this thing shall be precious in the ways that allow me to have it maintain its preciousness away from that which it would exclude. I get to do that. That's a guard. A protector does not have that kind of choice, or does not necessarily have that kind of choice and or capacity to operate, yes, out of love, as a part of a calling. By the time you start getting to a guard, there's some measure of calling involved, being an answer to a call. I'm in a world where that right there becomes a class. And there are folks who are like, boom, I want that class at my da-da-da-da-da. And it's just pinging in a calendar, right? I say this thing, and then it's captured from these different perspectives, because these are folks who've learned enough leeway, and they're inside. They've chosen their guilds, and their guilds, and they have the pieces that make it so that they can go, okay, that's great, that fits this now, and I get to be right on time by passing out, by sharing, by share vesting in the world as it share vests in me. This is what's come through. Where is it useful? Not is it useful? I know it's useful. It came through me. It's useful. Where is it useful? I want to know this. This is my game for the rest of my life. Where is this useful? It's useful somewhere. Somebody please, y'all talk to each other and let me know where it's useful, so that I can get the rest of that out and then give that away with the understanding that it gets entered into our technological database. These people used this piece, and then they're willing to have it tracked. They're willing to share it and have it tracked, and it just goes into this big ass database. It feels like Thoactian. Right? It feels like Thoactian from the Legend of Beale. From the Legend of Beale. Legend of Beale. Biel by Mary Staton. We're learning from technology, like from the technology itself, not simply learning through technology. And that's part of what shifted. There's an honoring of what technology can teach us when we let it, that shifts our relationships so that there gets to be joy. I have ducked my head and been street for decades, because that let me carry what it was that I needed in order to have doors get opened. People didn't mind my power if there wasn't power in other places. And I knew that was part of the equation, because there were times when I would be tired of feeling less than. And I won't say most of the time, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of times, folks would just flat out say to me, Julie, don't you get tired of being too much for everyone? And they wouldn't mean it mean. They'd also just be like, I just can't. And that it was almost verbatim. And when I say not, most, and there are dozens of instances of that in male and female voices and all the ages, and it's a badge of honor for me. As I learned, I can now say that as I learned how to cherish every moment that I got the privilege of having with folks before we got to the notness. The notness was coming, and I learned to cherish all the moments that I possibly could. I am grateful for that, because I filled up multiple lifetimes of space that needed to be entered and cherished and filled with all kinds of love. That got to happen. Yeah, we're listening to me, us, as we're speaking, and this is the book. This is a book. I'm writing the book out loud. I'm writing the book of my life out loud. Because for me, my life is about lessons. This is a living book. It is a book and a journey. It's a book and a map and a journey. All at the same time, out loud. That's pain that you see. Not bad enough to stop me. And I just stepped all outside of this is what I can do right now. I'm going to keep coming back to this. I'm going to keep coming back to it until it happens. Somebody please get this to somebody who can make it happen. I'm inviting y'all to clip these. I want folks to clip what they love out of this and then share that. I want a place to share that. Where is a good place to share that? If you know, please write it here and please introduce yourself. And I don't always get to see you guys' names when you introduce yourselves on here. So, I will let you know that if you're here live. Excuse me. And then I'll see it wherever the answers show up. I'm still learning where the answers show up to in the comments. They're called comments. Boomer alert. I want to get the words right. I want to be aligned with the culture that is welcoming me. I don't feel like a misfit. This right here, yeah. I've always wanted Storm's, white mohawk and that, body with the one-piece leather and the heels. And I don't want that anymore. Even if I could have that body, I love the body that's coming. And I'm going to love dressing it up. I'm going to let myself love dressing it up. I have, in a matter of months, speed dated the world through this camera lens and discovered that there's a whole bunch of you out there who think I make sense. How about that? And some of y'all are willing to talk with me. I really mean it. I want to hear from you. I know that there will come a time where there are too many of you. I look forward to that time because it is my hope that I've come early enough to where there will be people who can be with you so that everybody's getting some measure of being fed. That's what I'm going for. I want the Mojussin that I know is here to be shared. That's what I want. And so whatever draws anyone to a particular piece of what I'm saying, and you have the capacity to clip that, please do. And then put it up on your page and we'll figure out the tagging thing because I don't want to get tagged by 6 billion people. And I also am going to want screening. I will look at the things that get curated by folks. And maybe there's an AI that can help me do that. And someone knows about that. I want this magnificent star children world that you beloveds live in. Oh my goodness. Everybody's bitching and moaning about millennials and Gen X and Gen Z and Gen Y and who the hell knows Gen 1, 2, 3 and what y'all don't do. And I don't get it. Y'all are like, yeah, it's magic. What else? It's like, it's great. You're like, it's magic and it's every day. It's magic and it's every day. It's wonderful and it's every day. It's wonderful every day. It's magic every day. It's not, it gets to a point where it gets to be an instruction. It gets to be a conjunction. It gets to be anything that it wants to be that puts wonder and magic in with every day of how we live. The other thing is, and I'm going to try this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to come back. And I'll lose people that way. And I'm going to see what happens when I make the clips myself. I just want to try it. It may not work. And the guy who became the head of the National Endowment for the Arts, Peter Sellers, okay, he was one class ahead of me. He's the only person to get a drama degree from Harvard because Harvard didn't have a drama department, so they made one for him. He has a drama degree from Harvard, and he's the only person to do that. He just, when he did Hamlet, it took 8 hours because he took people across the campus to the locations for the work. He's just, yeah. Okay, so we're living the map. Again, folks will follow as they see fit. However, that's one way that I can start parsing how I think and praxis, be in praxis and praxize. Go from praxize to prax is. Right. My concision, and if not the concision, at least thinking in modular chunks. And it might make it easier for people to share if things are shorter. We'll see. It's you know, sometimes you want things to flow, sometimes you want stuff to be staccato. That's what, so I'm going to try the staccato. All right. Oh boy. Okay. This is, y'all are invited to do the staccato in your listening. I'm inviting myself to do the staccato in my bringing. I learn how to be a better partner to myself by being a better partner, a more aligned partner with y'all. I practice on y'all, and then it helps me know how to treat myself better and believe it, because I do what I do with y'all, and then the folks who are closest to me are able to articulate the difference that things make, and that makes sense to me. I'm like, okay, so I can do that, and I remember what it felt like when I offered this thing, and so now I know both from the inside and now from the outside how this will work, and I like that bridged reality, so I'm going to accept that one for myself and build a similar bridge inside our internal dimensions that looks and feels like that one, so that I can use the model that I've been given in a way that actually helps me candy ribbon what we're doing into a call, a literal call, a collaborative augmenting lemniscate learning bridged environment. That's a sentence. So I want somebody to catch that. All right, so I'm going to go, and I'll be back. And folks won't know whether I'm coming back or not until I end things. So they'll just assume that I'm coming back, which will be pretty neat. And they can be active. This may be a part of the game. Huh. Okay. Well, I will not see y'all in just a minute. Okay. Bye. Thank you. I'm JWoww of Planet JWoww, and I'm a tribe-sourced Human. This is our legend that we're building together, sweet ones. Thank you so much. Sticking to it. Until soon.